Ladies, have you ever been asked what your value is and your brain suddenly freezes, like you get that lump in your throat and you're like, wait, what? I've seen this topic thrown around a lot. And the question itself, it's completely wrong. Asking a woman what is her value is like asking a car what its value is. A car is a car. It gets you from point A to point B, but that tells you nothing. Now ask the right questions. What's the horsepower, the mileage, the top speed? It's the same with women. The question is too broad. The trick is knowing what specific value you bring and to who. That's what we're breaking down today. So we're gonna talk about all things value. It is your girl Jazzy Face. I'm that inner voice. Welcome back to Delusional Success Code, where we dismantle outdated beliefs, rewrite the rules, and talk about success, power, identity, raising children. Today, we're diving into the question that makes women squirm. What is a woman's value? We're not talking society-approved bullshit. We're not talking checklists. We're talking real, situational, unapologetic value, what you actually bring to the table, and how to recognize it, even if you think you have nothing. Here's the roadmap. First, we'll break down what society and men usually say a woman's value is and why that's limiting. Then we're gonna explore what value actually is, how to recognize it in yourself, even if you feel like you don't have any. And finally, I'm going to give you the tools to claim your own standard so no one can ever undervalue you again. All right, so let's get started with society. Society's answer: be pretty, cook, smile politely, don't complain. And if you fail at one of those, suddenly your value is questioned. Like, really? That's supposed to define us? I've seen women literally freeze when asked this question, and it makes sense because society's definition is so generic, it's completely meaningless. The car analogy works. You wouldn't ask a car, what's your value? You ask specifics: horsepower, mileage, top speed. That's the only way you get to the real picture. Society does not care what you actually bring. They care only if you fit into their idea of perfect. And that's not power, that is compliance. Something women need to honestly stop doing. You need to stop answering these questions with the basics. I hear women say things like, I cook, I clean, I'm loyal, I have great sex. We all do. Well, some can't cook, but listen, that's the bare minimum of being an adult in a relationship. I can cook. Those things don't define your value though. They describe basic functionality. Selling a car, saying a car has wheels, good, it's supposed to. Your value isn't what every can do. It's in what you do different. Now let's talk about men. Men, bless them. They love to tell women their worth, and usually it's convenient for them. I've been there, undervalued, overlooked, dismissed, and yet hurts. But here's the bold truth: their perception is not your reality. It's convenience. You ever notice how a man's compliment is like putting you in a box, like you're smart or you're hot? Your opinions don't really matter. I've heard all of that shit. And that's why women freeze when asked what's your value, because we're trying to measure ourselves with someone else's broken ruler, and that's the wrong question. Now let's get practical. Some women genuinely believe they have nothing to offer, and that breaks my heart because I'm a girl's girl, and that's not true. Value depends on the context. You meet a man who already has money and goals, maybe your energy, ideas, or ability to reflect helps him get to the goal. That is your value. You meet a man who's struggling with health, maybe your discipline, encouragement, or your lifestyle actually helps him improve. That is your value. You don't need to be everything. You need to be something specific in the right environment. If you feel invisible, ask yourself, who improves when I'm around? Where do I feel clear, calm, strong because of me? That's your horsepower. All of us have something in us. A woman's value is a contribution, not comparison, and how she moves into the world. What shifts when you enter the room? How you protect your standards. Your value is not what someone else takes from you. It's what already exists because you were there. So stop answering the wrong questions. Stop shrinking your worth into something that's pretty much digestible for someone else. Stop trying to be universally valuable. Cars aren't valuable because they exist. They're valuable because of performance, reliability. Pretty much the same thing goes for you. Listen, you're listening to Delusional Success Code by Jazzy. If this episode hit, leave a review, send it to a woman who's been questioning herself lately, and I want to hear from you. DM me, tag me, comment. Subscribing is free. Stay bold, stay grounded, and never let anyone, and I mean anyone else, define your value.